Welcome to Around Town, featuring what's happening here in the greater Concord area. I'm your host, Dick Patten. It's a pleasure to welcome you back as we get ready for the, Halloween coming up in a couple of weeks. I'm sure we're all tired of the politics going on, so that'll be over with shortly. And luckily, my Wolverines are still undefeated in Michigan, so we're coming up for another big game this weekend, but hopefully they'll take it right through to Ohio State in November. But today we'll be glad to have on our guest from St. Paul's Episcopal Church as we get ready now for the harvest and holiday fairs coming up. We've just finished off with Sandwich Fair of the county fairs and things. Now we're going to localize the other fairs we have. And I'm very pleased to have as my guest today, and it's Joyce, and your last name, Joyce, again is?
Thorpe.
Thorpe, that's right too, Thorpe. And you're talking about St. Paul's Harvest Fair.
That's right.
So that's coming up on October 22nd, you told me?
That's right.
Good. Well, it's coming right up here soon, isn't it, though?
It is. We're looking forward to it. We've been busy bees working behind the scenes.
Yeah. Now, where's it going to be held at? Now, the church is on Park Street, but is it behind there in your parish hall?
Church is actually the address is 21 Center Street.
So you're on that back.
So we're right in between Park and Center.
Yeah. Okay. On that side.
And it will be in the church, and we will have on the main floor. When you go into the church on the main floor, we will have raffle baskets. And a silent auction.
Okay.
As well as in the morning, coffee and homemade breads and goodies.
Sure.
And 11 o'clock-ish, we'll start with a little lunch. Will be offered anybody that's hungry. And then downstairs on the lower level of the church will be set up tables with the rest of our merchandise, which will include a jewelry table. We've been collecting jewelry from friends and parishioners all year, and the ladies have been cleaning and displaying. We will have a holiday table with not only Christmas items, but fall items and Valentine's Day,
there you go.
Whatever comes in
Sure.
to the church in donations.
Yeah.
We also have a new gifts table. And some of the gifts will be brand new, prices on them, boxes never opened, and some of them we're calling nearly new.
Nearly new.
In the gamut, from sheets to a Razor scooter. So that will be fun. And as usual, we have a candy and homemade baked goods table.
There you go.
Lots of people come in the morning of the fair with trays full of wonderful things.
Oh, I bet.
Also will be a books table. We'll be selling also DVDs and vintage vinyl records that seem to be coming back in vogue now. And we'll have a plant table.
Oh, good.
So we'll have quite a variety to offer. And the other thing that St. Paul's Church has a thrift shop. It's called the Chapter 2 Thrift Shop that is open during the week, but we will open it for the fair.
Oh,
so
good.
People can shop
Sure.
in the thrift shop as well as the fair items.
Good.
So it'll be fun.
Yeah. Now, this is the first time you've done a harvest fair, or this is something that's been going?
No, we've been doing it off and on over the years.
Yeah.
It depends on parishioners and the volunteers we can get active, and we're hoping to really this year kick off a whole new type of fair, more quality items. In the past, I actually co-chaired the fair for 3 years in a row a few years back, but we did a lot of white elephant sale items, and which was fun. But a lot of work for very little, and we just really kind of wanted to step it up a notch, and so we're not having the white elephant sales and more quality items.
That's good, though.
Yeah. So
You should do well right there, though. I mean, right there in that business area of Main Street. So.
well, we hope
That's
so.
nice.
We've been busy putting posters around town and talking it up, and it should be fun. You could spend quite a time in
I'm
the church
sure.
that day,
Mm.
and get some Christmas items too. You know, maybe do a little shopping for Christmas.
Oh yes, I mean, TV now is advertising Christmas items like crazy. It's funny how they rushed the season a little bit.
Oh,
But
every year it's earlier.
I know, it's Hallmark started in July with their 10 days of Christmas programming, and then in August they started advertising starting October 29th with 2 months of non-stop Christmas programming until January 2nd. Oh, okay.
It is a little early. The
So
end of October.
you're right in time with it, with Halloween and Christmas coming up there. But
That's right.
Well, that's good though. Now, what are some of the new merchandise items you're going to be that people could either take chances on or buy at the fair?
Well, for the raffles, we have, I think this is really neat. We have a Christmas tree decorated with scratch tickets.
Oh boy.
All different denominations of scratch tickets.
Yeah.
We're having a chocolate and wine basket,
There you go.
a basket made in New England themed, a tool chest with tools in it, another basket with spa items. That would be a nice Christmas gift for your wife. Or
Now, did you?
somebody has, bless their heart, put together a pewter themed basket with pieces of pewter.
Yeah.
We have an LL Bean child sled, an Italian basket, and a Salmon Falls pottery items.
Okay. Yeah.
And so those are all the raffle baskets.
Sure.
And boy, if you win a raffle, you've got yourself quite a deal.
Oh, I tell you. I think myself, I'd go for the tree with all those scratch tickets.
I know. How much fun would that be? Just scratching
Oh,
and scratching.
I know. Those are fun.
The silent auction items, we have a young man who has donated a cord of seasoned wood that he will
nice.
deliver.
Yeah.
And also a seamless house gutters, includes installation.
Oh.
So those two big silent auction items.
Sure.
Yeah, so that'll be fun.
That sounds good. Now, what time's the fair open?
9 o'clock.
Okay.
The fair will go from 9 to 2.
9 to 2. Do you have anything like not like a preview party or like an early bird type thing for people to shop or something?
Well, we actually, this Saturday before, so the fair is on the 22nd, Saturday.
It'll be
So
this coming Saturday.
the Saturday before, I mean the Sunday before.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, the Sunday before, the items, there will be quite a few items displayed
Oh, okay.
in the
Lower level.
main level.
Oh, main level.
Yeah,
Okay.
because that's where we meet for coffee at
Sure.
church, and things will be on display, and anyone can come and look and actually get some raffle tickets at that point. But of course, it won't be drawn until the next week,
Yeah.
Saturday.
Sure.
But
St. Paul's has always been kind of one of the like mother churches of Concord, I think, over the years. And the reason why I say that is that it seems like if there's something major that's going on, St. Paul seems to be the church that it goes to. I don't know why, but it does. I know at the State House, a lot of times they'll say something will take place over at St. Paul's. Of course, it's on CCTV then. I call them their masses, but I'm sure your services are still on TV, I believe. They used to be on Sunday mornings or something like that, or Saturday or Sundays I've seen them in years past.
yes, they were, and I hate to say I'm not sure now.
Really?
If they
Well, that's too
do you
bad.
know what I mean? Oh, they do. They still do
Okay.
record them.
Yeah, and then of course I'll never forget, I was dispatching at Merrimack County when we were over at Pittman Street there in the old courthouse the night that church went up in fire. I'll never forget that. I just couldn't believe it when I heard the alarms coming in. And, and then to drive by and to see that. You know,
It was devastating.
I know,
Yeah,
and
it really was.
I never thought a brick building could burn, but I guess they had, whoever did it, I guess they
there
did
was
get
a lot
arrested.
of beautiful woodwork in there inside, and yeah, that was very sad.
And then
But it brought a lot of people together
yes, yeah, and then they moved them over to the old white Memorial Universalist Church for a while for services, and then for some reason that building was not. I can't remember. I know they had shut it, but then they moved them back to your other building there for services, and then of course by that time the church was rebuilt again, and now it's more beautiful than ever, I guess. But
It is. It's a beautiful church, and I was actually baptized in that church as a baby.
really?
So
Oh my goodness!
I've been around there for a long time, and my mother was very involved in the church and a big volunteer there, and so when I started my family many years ago, that's when I really got involved.
First time I ever went there was back in the mid to late 70s or early 80s. Two of our Grange members were killed in a car accident on Loudon Road up near the OK Garage craft shop. And because oddly enough, they were coming down to Boutwell's funeral home for another one of our members who was having calling hours that night, Victoria Mahoney. And they both, her and Bill Lauer, he was driving and he had a heart attack. And they both belonged to St. Paul's Church.
Oh.
So they had two funerals in 2 days there. So I was there both days for that, but it was quite the...
Wow, that's
quite
sad.
Oh, yeah, it was eerie. But so I knew then, and of course the rector there was, oh boy, I can see them now too. There were two men, and
David Hamilton?
that was one, and then the other one was, oh boy, Alan Monroe.
Oh, yes.
Yes, they were there then.
Yep.
Yeah, it was quite a while ago, but no, St. Paul seemed... Now, if I remember right, didn't the Messiah used to come from there? Didn't they used to do the Messiah at St. Paul's, or was that South Congo?
I'm not
It's
sure.
always in 1st of December they have the Messiah,
I
that presentation there. And I thought it was St. Paul's, but maybe it isn't. But I just know that St. Paul's has always been one of the leading churches in Concord. And
They're very active, you know.
it's
and
good.
I don't know if they're any more active than any other church in the community. You know, we really are very involved. We have our own food pantry.
Yep.
The Chapter 2 thrift shop, we outfit many needy, homeless, and now immigrants.
Well, I'm sure.
At no charge. We have a voucher program that they are given so much a year in vouchers that they can come in anytime and spend. So we really do a lot. We have a medication program when people are in need, desperate need. There is cash put aside for that as needed. So they are really available to those who need it.
That's good.
Yeah.
And so the proceeds from this fair, of course, will go towards a lot of those those functions then.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
And you have a very active Boy Scout troop, I think, there too.
They
don't you?
do, and they
Troop
have for
88, is
many
it?
years.
Troop 88 or 86?
I'm not sure what the troop number is, but they really are very, very active.
Your friends trying to whisper to me, and I can't. 88. That's what I thought. 88, because one of your members, I think, one of the boys, did his Eagle project, and I think he was the one that did the signs up at Blossom Hill Cemetery in Calvary. And he built the signposts and on all the streets up there, a lot of the roads up there where the graves are. And they started to name them. Well, then I guess 911 or somebody got into it and made them take them down.
Oh.
because they thought it would collide with whatever.
Another, yeah.
But I just can't imagine. But anyway, but it was such a nice idea.
It
And
is.
our Grange gave out awards we do usually to the scouts in that troop. And this year we couldn't get anybody from Troop 88. I don't know. They've changed leaders, I know that. But they've always seemed to be very active. I know they're in the Christmas parade every year.
Yes,
So we appreciate that a lot.
that's great.
I know, because like most organizations now, it's like everybody is looking for volunteers or for members, and nobody's in. I mean, the kids now are so tied up with schoolwork or sports or band, orchestra, whatever, drama. It's crazy.
It is crazy.
But you seem to have a good representation there.
We
in the
do.
troops there.
And it's nice. It's nice to see boys still interested
Oh, I know.
in that.
I know it. It's true. Now, do you find yourself lacking for volunteers for your fair, or do you think you're going to have enough people?
For the fair, we're doing very well.
Good.
We got a good committee, and we put word out the other night. We were doing some crafts. We needed help finishing up, and boy, did we have a showing.
I bet. That's
Yep,
good.
the ladies showed up in full force, and everybody is, available to work the day of the fair. We do have difficulty staffing the Chapter 2 thrift shop
Yeah.
with volunteers. Most people my age are working,
Oh, yes.
and it's hard to get people to commit to one day a week.
Oh, yes.
It really is. So we do the best we can.
That's all you can do.
And try to help as many people as we can.
Obviously, you're doing something, because it's been very successful over there.
It has.
It's very nice to do that. Out of curiosity, now, what other fundraising events do you do during the year? Is this going to be a major one, or do you have another one during the year, springtime or summertime? Or
I think this will be the most major one.
the major one,
Yeah.
yeah.
There was earlier this spring a fundraiser, and I'm sad to say I'm not sure who did that within the church, but I know they had a silent auction and they raised funds. So there's always something.
Oh,
we
there
need,
is, there
right now we
is.
need a new roof
Oh,
at
boy.
the church, so that's a big one, and
For the church itself?
yes,
Really?
yep, it's time.
My gosh. Well, that fire was, what, 30 years ago, maybe? Was it 20? Was it in the mid-'80s, or was it in the... That's what I'm thinking, yeah. So, yeah, it's 30, almost 30 years.
Right.
Don't seem possible, does
I
it?
know. Time does fly, doesn't it?
It does sometimes when you think about it. It's like, my goodness, it's like, where did it go? Most
One
of
of
the time.
those. We were just talking about that at the church. How our parents used to say, "Oh, the older you get, the more time
Yes,
flies,"
I know, yeah.
and we all agreed. Wow, we're at that point now, saying
Yeah,
that.
I mean, there are some days that seem to drag, and especially the winter. It's like, oh. But then all of a sudden, you look at the calendar, and here it is, April or May or July. Now we're in September, October, and then next month, November, and here we go again.
That's
you
right.
know? But, that's what makes it, though. And, of course, the church is what makes the community, and, to have them active and doing things. And who is the rector now over there? Do they have a new one, or is it still... There was
Kate Atkinson,
okay.
and she just got back from 3 months sabbatical, and she had a wonderful time. So she just came back September 20th.
Because I think she was our house chaplain for the legislature these last 2 years.
Oh, she probably was.
I think she was. I think because when we had the changeover 2 years ago, when the new term came in, we had Jed Reardon down at South Congo, but we had a new speaker come in, and I think she was the one that they appointed. So she was there
I'm
for
not
2
sure
years.
on that, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. David Jones, who was our rector for many years,
yeah.
he was the chaplain at
Yeah.
the State House for
Yeah.
many years.
Well, it makes it good because they're right there if
Right.
something is needed, you
Right.
know.
Yep.
And plus the fact if it's Ash Wednesday, we can go next door and get our ashes.
That's right. Oh, it was interesting though this year, wasn't it? People out on the streets.
Yes.
Doing-
A friend of mine who's a priest. This is why it's so confusing. I don't understand it, but the Episcopal Church and the Anglican churches, they're about the same, if I remember right, aren't they?
Yes.
Isn't it because it's just England is the Anglican one and we're the United States calls it Episcopal or something? I don't know. But to me, your priests are about the same as our priests. I mean, they're the same. They wear the collars and everything else. I don't know any difference. But yes, they were on the side. He was, I know, Bishop Tudor from the Christian Tudor from the Anglican Church. He was out on the sidewalk giving ashes. I don't know who else was out there, but
I'm not sure either.
I'd never heard of such a thing. But it's okay. So I went and got mine. But what the heck, you know? But yeah. And then you walk in the State House and they look at you like, oh, yes, we do Ash Wednesday. So when do you start planning your fair?
Well, this year we started very late because we weren't sure we were going to have one.
Oh, really?
And boy, we started maybe late summer
Yeah.
by
Well, that's about right.
getting people. Well, the plan now, because we have a wonderful group, a core group. The plan now is we're going to start in January
Oh,
and meet once a month
yeah.
and really get a head start.
Sure.
So that'll keep us occupied through the winter months.
Yeah, it will be. They'll give you something to do.
Yep.
I know here they've started already because they base theirs on when we have the Christmas parade, where it goes up Loudon Road, and so they plan their holiday fair on that weekend. And I think it's either Grace Episcopal or East Concord, Congo. It always has their Pine and Pumpkin Fair. I've heard that theme. And that's a different kind of a theme too. But
It is.
I just always like these fairs in the harvest time or the holiday fairs. You always find, I love, myself, homemade like crocheting or knitting or something like that when you're looking for something. I know my mother used to love it because I used to do that. But you always find something that somebody's made, and I like homemade things,
Me too.
craft items, whatever.
I try to buy every year at least one handmade Christmas ornament.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. But don't you think the fairs are kind of nostalgic?
They are.
Yeah.
And I like to support the locals too.
Right.
I really do. I think it's great to support our local organizations or churches when you can because, it's nice when, I don't know, I just like to stay right in town and support them because they need that.
We do.
And it's always good to see people you haven't seen for a while and meet new ones and I don't
That's
know.
right.
But sounds like you've got a good lineup there. I know.
I think
Listening
we-
to some of those prizes. Like I said, I go back to that tree with the raffle ones.
Scratch tickets.
Scratch tickets. Of course,
That's a great idea.
well, if you go over to the Backdash Temple, they have that festival of trees over there.
Yes, I've never been, but I've heard about it.
If you've been, you should go at least once, because they open up the day of the parade and go through Thanksgiving week. But they have trees of all shapes and sizes, and every tree is a different theme. And they have one of those trees with raffle tickets, scratch tickets, and all that all over it. And they have one with the tools on it. And boy, people, they really go big for that. So you've got some good ideas there. And the baskets are always a big hit.
Yes.
And we even had one here made for the dogs, a doggy basket.
Yes, we talked about that. So
Yeah.
And we didn't get to that this year.
Yeah.
But I think for sure next year.
Yeah. I said
That did come up in our ideas.
Because the wife told me, she said, don't you dare take any tickets for that. We don't have no dog. Well, my sister has one. She'd love it. So,
Yeah, there you
her
go.
dog. But it's ideas that people like to, do. And if it works for somebody, it'll work for you. You never know.
That's right.
And I'm sure you must canvass the businesses on Main Street or something and ask for donations, do you, or goods or something?
We did. I don't know how that has come out, actually.
Yeah.
We did have one of the ladies was doing that.
Yeah.
I tried to do that when I was doing the fair a few years back, and it's tough.
It is.
It's very tough for
It is.
because they're giving to so many people.
That's right.
So many people are asking that.
Oh, yes. My dad used to...
And especially small businesses trying to
Oh,
stay
yeah.
afloat.
Yeah.
It's hard for them to give.
Give, I know, and it's true. I mean, even, like I said about politicians, it's like they're constantly asking for money. And I do. But, it's just... And of course, Main Street's changed a lot. You don't have the 5 and dimes anymore. They used to be so generous, like Newberry's or Woolworth's or Kresge's. And so you've got a lot of specialty shops. Granite State is always good in donating their candy and things. I'm trying to think of some other ones on Main Street, but some of the restaurants are good in donating. Barley House is one really good supporter, I know, for the tree lighting. But it is hard to ask for, because you think, well, what's your handout for? Well, hey, we're trying to build our treasure. We help so many people with so many needs, and let's face it, Concord, even though we're not like Manchester or Boston, but we do have a lot of needy people here.
We really do. And it just seems to be increasing
It is.
all the time.
And what scares me is that not one candidate last year for the city offices, where are we going to put them this year for the homeless for the winter?
For the winter, the shelter. I haven't heard a thing
No.
on the shelters.
No, nobody has.
That's the other thing. St. Paul's is part of a group of churches
Yes.
that do what's called Family Promise.
Yeah.
And 1 week a month, they will take a family
Yeah.
and allow them to stay at the church.
Yeah.
But and that it takes the group of churches to do that, but there's too many people that need it
I
that
know.
we cannot accommodate.
And I don't understand. Like I said, St. Peter's is not opening up this year because it's up for sale, but they're not reopening that. So I don't know what they're going to do with them.
I haven't heard a
But,
thing. Have you heard anything about it?
Nothing. Haven't heard a thing.
Last year at this time it was all in the paper
Yeah, nothing.
every
this
day,
year. Yeah.
and there hasn't. But I guess there's no news. That's why we
That's the
haven't
thing,
heard.
probably. Well, we're coming to a close. We're around town. It's been a pleasure having you on, Joyce, and I hope that you'll try to come out on October 22nd to St. Paul's Church on Park Street and on Central Street, that whole block in there, and take part and find some goodies in there, help them,
Yes,
and take some
plenty to
chances.
find.
That's right, chances and whatever else. So
Well,
please
thank you
make
for
it a
having
success.
us.
Well, you're welcome.
We
and
really
anytime.
appreciate it.
Anytime in the future. So we wish you good luck. And again, next year, plan to come back on again.
All right.
Okay?
Thank you.
I'm your host, Dick Patten. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the foliage. And we'll see you soon on Around Town.